will simplify a lot of things. I have listed in my mind kung ang 5 bagay, pero mamaya elaborate ko pa ito. Unang-una po ay ang isang Juan de la Cruz o ang isang Janto o isang foreigner, hindi na po kinakailangan pong mag-manual fill up ng immigration arrival card. Kasama na po yan later on, pati departure card po later on. Kasi kung napansin mo ninyo, kung sasakay ka ng aeroplano, bibigyan ka ng papel, fill up mo po yun, di mo ba? Kaysa po na magpahinga ka, o kaysa po na matulog ka sa biyahe kasi pagod ka, you still need to fill that one up. Number 2 ay kinakailangan mo rin pong mag-rehistro sa One Health Pass. Ang One Health Pass po ay pinanganak during the pandemic at malaki pong tulong yan. Dahil po kasagsagan ng pandemya, ito po ang nakatulong para maharap natin o yung mga pumapasok ng mga may sakit at may mga contamination. So, kinumbay natin ang One Health Pass po sa e-travel. At hindi mo na kinakailangan po mag-fill up ulit. Number 3, na advantage po nito ay matutulungan po natin po ang tourism. So lahat ng papasok po ng mga foreigner saan man lumalok ng Pilipinas later on, magkakaroon ng magandang analytics at magandang dashboard ng tourism kung tumataas ba ang turismo ng Pilipinas. Ang maganda po dito ay may parang ano rin tayo sa phase 2 natin sa e-travel na mag-usapan po namin po kanina sa kaibigan natin po from tourism na pagpasok mo po sa app na launch natin before the end of the year, doon mo makikita lahat ng napakagandang mga lugar ng Pilipinas. At ang mga foreigner natin, pwede na po sila pala mag-book doon, malalaman na po nila kung ano yung mga napakagandang mga isla natin sa Pilipinas. And walang din mangyayari po yan pag wala pong initiation po ng e-travel. Number 4 po, na isang advantage nito ay pati po sa transport. At makakatulong po ito later on, pati sa mga seaports, pati sa mga local airports later on. Malaki pong vision po ito. It's a big step for us to come up with a unified platform. It's a total ease of doing business. Panglima, i-integrate na po natin dito later on, pati yung ating mga OFWs para ma-streamline yung ating mga proseso later on. Para hindi sa katutak ang dokumento nila pag lumalabas ng Pilipinas. At kaysa po na dapat sana ay magpahinga sila. Kasi po, bakasyon na ako, di mo ba? Pero they need days and sometimes weeks to even do it. Apply for certain document, ditira pa yan, bibiyahe pa ng Manila o sa mga lugar para mag-apply. And the e-travel will also be linked later on sa tinatawag natin government super app. This will be launched po before the end of the year. Imagine po sa Pilipinas, saan katutak ang website po natin. I-memorize mo ninyo, may website kayo para mag-apply ng passport, website para mag-apply ng PNP clearance, NBI clearance, SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig. Gumingiti po ang ating sekretary sa ARTA, kasi alam niya po yan. ARTA is our champion sa ease of doing business. Kung titingnan mo ninyo, sa katutak po ang pwede natin gawin, pero hindi pati magagawa to kung wala po tayo pong isang agikain, isang mentality, isang kamay, isang goal para mapatupad po ito. That's only a first step sa e-travel natin. Napakasimple kung gamitin po ito. Pupuntahan mo lang ng e-travel.gov.ph. After mo pumunta dyan, mag-fill up ka lang ng information mo, i-fill up mo yung travel information mo. Number 2, i-fill up mo po yung health declaration mo. And then there you go. Magkakaroon ako ng QR code. Yung QR code na yan, i-scan po yan ng ating BOQ, ng immigration. Pag i-scan ko yan, automatic po na alam kung ito po ay red or green. Pag red, ibig sabihin, hindi pa ito vaccinated. O kaya naman partially vaccinated. Uutusan po yan sa BOQ para po tulungan, asistahan, i-check kung talagang safe pa siya makapasok dito sa Pilipinas. As simple as that po. In fact, nag-usap po kami kanina ng kaibigan natin po, yung napakasipag natin po na namamahala dito sa immigration, sa tulong po ni Dennis Javier. At dapat hindi na po kinakailangan later on po na i-scan isa-isa. Dapat doon pa lang sa immigration. Pagka-scan po ng passport sa Bureau of Immigration, meron po kaming automation na gagawin, ladies and gentlemen. Pagka-scan mo sa Bureau of Immigration, mapapakita po sa screen ng immigration officer kung red or green yung tao na yun. Yung red, yun lang po ang utusan sa Bureau of Quarantine. Hindi na po isa-isa. Hindi na po kinakailangan na dalhin natin ang salubo ng Coast Guard sa lahat ng airport para mag-scan po isa-isa para makapagtrabaho po sila sa ibang mga bahagi ng kanilang mga responsibilidad.
system together with our partners in government. This event marks a gathering of all the various stakeholders in the public service with a common vision and passion to truly create an interconnected and interoperable digitalized travel system that will ease the burden of our travelers in entering and exiting the country. For so many years, it has been quite difficult for travelers. They have to fill up so many forms. The forms for the health, the Bureau of Quarantine, the arrival card with the Bureau of Immigration, and we have the Bureau of Customs for the Customs declaration. Anybody from Customs here? Walang representative from Customs? Hindi pa dumadating. Tawagan ni si Commissioner Yogi. Of course, today with all the technology, and we call our digitalization efforts. Whenever we make decisions, it has to be what we call data-driven, and we cannot make wise decisions if we do not know what is actually happening on the ground and what are the data, the statistics that we need to base in order to come up with valid and grounded decisions. So, the reason for that was that all our information was disparate. They were all in silos with each of the departments, each of the bureaus that were connected with travel. And not only were they disconnected, many of them were also manual. And therefore, all the piles of information filled up will just pile up, and there's nobody to go through them and to look up, what are the statistics, so that we can properly project, okay, do we need more personnel in this airport? Do we need more tourism facilities in that area? Do we need to build additional airports or terminals? What are the movements with respect to tracking down people with disease? Let's say somebody suddenly gets sick in one of the tourist areas. How do we trace back? Where did that person arrive? And what were the flights or the ports that the person entered into? So all of those things need to be shared with many agencies in order to make our governance work faster and smoother, and at the same time be more responsive to whatever emergencies or whatever needs that the government has to do in order to govern better. And that's exactly what today's effort is all about. The interconnection, the data sharing, and the synergy of all these different departments that belong to different silos will now be integrated into a single system where we will all be looking at a single point in time, single data. So hindi iba-iba yung mga data na tinitingnan natin. And at the same time, it will also ease up the public's engagement with government. So the government will no longer be having to deal with a separate Bureau of Immigration, a separate Bureau of Quarantine, a separate Bureau of Tourism, a separate Bureau of Customs. They will be dealing only with one, and it is the Philippine government. Isa lang. Yung gobyerno lang. Why? All of us work for one government. It's the Philippine government. And it's up to us now to put our acts together to make sure that our public service would be indeed service to the public, make it easier for them to deal with whatever the government needs in order to fulfill its mandate and to fulfill its duties. And that's the directives that the President has given to us, the DICT, to help with business investors. So our ease in doing business, we're working with SEC. We're also working with ARCA to streamline the processes so that business investors can also come in and make investments so much faster, so much seamless in their transactions. And we're also doing this with our Department of Migrant Workers to ensure that our OFWs also have an easier time whenever they move around the country, not only with respect to travel, but we're looking at also helping them in accessing other services of the government, whether it is under POEA, under OWA, accessing their insurance or the repatriation. We're working with the Department of Foreign Affairs in case there is a need to expatriate them or to evacuate them in case there are crises.
We actually did this in a Zoom meeting and was able to come up with it. Actually, gusto namin Zoom meeting na lang to eh. Kasi we're so digitally hyped that we want everything to be digital. But the invitation namin digital na, so we're actually moving forward. And we wanted to give the best service for our travelers. So sa future po, sa amin po, after nito, we still bolt in. We will still continue with our meetings kasi this will be going on for a very long time. We will be streamlining everything, integrating data and systems. So the Bureau, tinapos lang po namin itong pag-up ng portal ng ICT for a very short span of time. So the BOQ, the DOT, and the BI will be next. We're next in line. After po nito, BOC naman. And after po nito, other stakeholders who want to connect with the DICT because they're the holder of the data.
Isang napakagandang proyekto na in-implement po ng Department of Information and Communications Technology para po makadali po ang pagpasok ng mga travelers po natin dito sa Pilipinas. As we all know, currently po ginagamit po ng BOQ ang pag-scan po ng mga QR codes. All the arriving travelers, minomonitor pa po natin kung vaccinated or hindi. At kung may symptoms or galing sila sa mga exposed countries. Marami pong possibilities, marami pong opportunities ang pwede pong magawa ng e-travel to help the government in monitoring every incoming passenger in terms of their health status and in terms of their medical condition. And this is one truly appreciated convergence ng ating mga agencies because definitely hindi lang po isang effective at efficient na pamamaraan po ito ng pagkukuha po ng information, kundi makikita po natin yung future na lahat po ng concerns on movement ng travelers, on migration, on research and analytics, makikita po natin dito sa e-travel po. Marami pong kagandahan po nito. So, ngayon po, hindi po nahirapan ang BOQ o transitioning from e-arrival card to e-travel dahil po nga po sa consultation na ginawa po. And I salute the Department of Information and Communications Technology dahil po sa kanilang taus-pusong pagtulong po sa BOQ and sa paggawa po nitong app. So ngayon po nasa phase 1 po tayo. Kung napapansin niyo po, wala pong masyadong binago sa pagpasok po ng mga travelers dahil nga po napakaganda po ng ginawa po nilang
Kung marami po kayong pamilya sa pamilya, may mga batang maliliit, you would have to fill out so many forms. But using this platform po, prior to landing here, you can prepare and type it already using your mobile phone. It's very easy, it's very convenient, and malaki po yung maitutulong nito para mas maging efficient and madali po para sa traveling public yung pagbiyahe. The travel ito is really showing yung coordination and cooperation ng iba't ibang government agencies. It's really for interoperability. Lahat po ng government agencies ay nagtutulong para po mabigyan ng mas mabilis na servisyo itong mga bumabiyaheng pasahero. Kung maaalala niyo po nung nakaraan, kapag dadating po ang isang passenger, ang dami pong sinusulatan ng mga documentation, paulit-ulit yung information na hinahanap. But using this system, this platform, it's just one system po na susulatan at i-fill out ng ating arriving passengers. At kung na po, ibabato na po yan sa iba't ibang mga ahensya na nangangailangan po ng information.
tatanggalin na po arrival card starting.
Yes, starting today po, hindi na po pinapatay.
Parang dalawa pa nga yata yun sa website, no? And that's the reason also why we need to terminate it siguro because of meron pa nagpapabayad yata dun sa One Health Pass, no? So we need to make sure na wala na yun. Yun yung advantage ng e-travel. And at the same time, e-travel will promote tourism. So pagpasok later on ng mga foreigners sa Pilipinas, nationwide, mapopromote na rin natin lahat ng magagandang lugar sa Pilipinas para magkaroon tayo ng mas magandang turismo. Na dapat kapag ikaw ay foreigner, tourism information, tapos meron pa tayong mga local seaports sa local airport.